bitch and my pearl white sucker ducker. Pat stay, motherfucker.
Quick Matthews, Miracle.
Dickie D 902.
Boom. Pat Stay, Stay Tuned, the podcast. Stay sucker free. Stay tuned. Bitch. Just tell me when, guys.
Game time.
Everyone rolling? We got a very special guest. Not only is this guy, you know, he's a star, man, and I've known him for a long time now. I battled him. He went on to Wild and Note and many other things. Fucking Charron, man. Give it up for Charron, man. We're very happy to have Charron here, man.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
I'm excited to be here and like honestly so proud of what you guys are doing starting the podcast. You've been talking about this, I know, for a while, and like you guys are onto something for sure.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Do you think that mic is too much in his face?
Yeah,
I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like,
lower.
It's like you got it's like you got a headset on, like I'm going in. You know what I mean? Affirmative.
Care package.
Talk down.
Yeah. Fire in the hole. Anyways, so I didn't introduce anything. Man to my right, introduce yourself.
It's your boy Miracle 902. Follow me on everything that's important. Let's get it.
My man.
Quick Matthews. Yes, sir. At Quick Matthews on everything.
Dickie D 902. Tip your bartenders. Thugging in the kitchen.
And this is Stay Tuned, man. And we, you know, shout out to Mary Jane's and Sackville, the Smokeshop, man. We're here right now. It's his home base. Tri-City Gold keeping me dipped out. Hey. My man, DJ IV on the motherfucking ones and twos. And Mark is here today, man. You check him out, man. What's your IG, Mark? And he does the best wedding videos ever. So if you ever hit him up, just put your shit in there, all right?
My man.
All right, man. My man. So, Charron, we'll get right to it, man. You just said the Wildin' Out shit. Can you tell us how you got on Wildin' Out? I know a lot of the story, and I think it's such a remarkable story. And you do too, actually, because we were on live or whatever. You know some of it.
Yeah.
But it's like most people wouldn't do the things Charron does in order to get where he's at. Can you please tell us like the steps of how you got onto Wildin' Out?
It all actually started in Halifax too. So that's where everything. So it was like, I think it was 2016. My parents were living out here. And I think I just went to like Toothy Moose or the Dome. I got right fucked up, you know. And I'm like, you know, laying on the couch, hungover, and my mom like comes over and she's like, "Did you see Nick Cannon called out Eminem?" I was like, "Okay, like cool." She's like, "Yeah, for a $100,000 rap battle, like you should do something about this." Like, Mom, like, what the fuck am I gonna do about this Nick Cannon? She's like, "Yo, call him out." I was like, what, like on behalf of white people? Be like, you went at our leader, like I'm gonna stand up. I'm not gonna stand up. I'm like, Mom, this is
You went at our leader.
I was like, this is so dumb. And she's like, oh, Mom knows best. I was like,
Facts.
Right, yeah. So
Facts.
I was like, all right, like if I'm gonna do this, like let's, I don't want to just do it on a, like I'm calling you out, Nick Cam. Like I need to come with a verse or something because a lot of other battle rappers just like called him out and accepted it. So I'm like, okay, $100,000. I need a cool, visual for that. So I called my bank trying to see if I could I'm like, can I just like take out $100,000? Like, no, you have to get the trucks and all that. It's gonna cost money and take time. So I just got a bank slip. Flashed it for the camera, spit like, I don't know, probably like 32 bars or something, called them out, put it out. And then like a lot of people, like battle rappers were posting a lot of hate, like Nick Cannon's not gonna, respond to this or anything. And then like 2 days later, Nick Cannon posts a video. He's at his house in Beverly Hills or wherever he's at. And he does like 40 bars against me and calls me out. And basically that goes viral too. It's trending on Facebook. I'm like my grandma's like a huge Nick Cannon fan. She loves America's Got Talent. Yeah. Woo! So she's like, Nick Cannon called you out. She's like, you got to dress better. Like he's in suits and all. I'm like, I was like, okay, all right. And then Nick Cannon hit me with a DM like a few days after. Like when he did his video, I just sent like a message on his page and just said, thank you, for calling me out. It's all respect at the end of the day. Like if we want to do the battle. And he DM'd me, I think like word for word is, I respect your gangster and tenacity. And then he's like, I want you on the show. So
That's fucking dope.
yeah, it was super dope. So
That's
he
crazy.
it took like almost a good year for them to get the work visa and everything. Like a lot went into it. And then, yeah, I got on, like, I wasn't too familiar with the show. I just saw the wild stuff. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen like the wild styles and stuff. I didn't know there was all these like comedic games and stuff. So I still didn't like technically make the show. I had to go and do like a boot camp course there, they call it. And like, I thought I was going to walk in there because it's all people like trying out for it. I thought I was going to walk in there and be like the fucking man. Like people are gonna be like, oh, that's the battle rapper, Charron. Like I walked in through the door. I thought like everyone was going to be like, oh, this guy's going to kill everyone. It wasn't just rap. We had to do like comedic games too. And I got there, I was like, you know, the new kid there coming in like halfway during the week. And I had to get up in front of everyone. And they're basically like, okay, you got to do like a sketch game now. You got to, they're like, you got to have a Jamaican accent and be like a karate instructor. I'm like, I can't do accents. Like it was, I'm so Jamaican. Bro, I don't know how to, my heart is beating. Like I'm not a comedian. I'm like a freestyle rapper. Like everyone's just watching and like pretty much I think I said bumbleclot. I was like doing all this stuff and like no one was laughing. And like I went back to the hotel after and I was like, I felt like so sad. I was like, okay, I just like like I told everyone I was on the show. I just fucking bombed. But then they started playing like rap games and stuff and, you know, started getting the hang of it. And then, yeah, it's been 8 seasons now I've been on the show. So,
but
that's crazy.
But dude, like, I know the things that you had to do. Like, you know, you told me situations of you having to stay out there, like sleeping in like, I don't know if you slept in a bus stop or fucking pretty damn near, you know,
that was for the BT,
for 106, right?
106 in Parkland. So when I did that, I was working at a restaurant, and then like I think because we pre-filmed, it wasn't Friday, it was actually written Wednesday. They film it, bro. It's not on Freestyle Friday, so we film it on Wednesday, and then like I would go do my shift, and then I'd take a Greyhound. I think it was like it was at like 8 p.m. at night, I think, and it would get me there at like 8 a.m. in New York, and I couldn't even get into the studio until 12. I didn't have money for like a hotel or anything, so I just roamed New York for like 4 hours, got breakfast, go there, did that for like 7 weeks, won the whole tournament, and then they didn't even let me on the cypher. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna drop a diss track towards them, which actually like worked out in my benefit. It got like, you know, picked up by like XXL and a lot of magazines. So that was dope. But
that's what's up.
What you were alluding to is, after my 3rd season with Wildin' Out, they let me go basically. So they like alternate the cast a lot. Like you'll see a lot of people there, and then like they have new people and let people go. But I was just like, nah, fuck that. Like this is such a, like, first of all, I became like a huge fan of the show doing it, and like the promotion was like literally crazy. Like it doesn't really air too much in Canada, but in the States, I had like, anytime I was out in the States, people recognize me, and like I just realized like how big of an opportunity this is. It doesn't come too often. So shout out to the homie Justina Valentine, you know, the girl with red hair. Yeah. So I hit her up. I'm like, yo, let me just can I crash in your hotel? I'm just gonna pull up to the next season. And she's like, yeah, sure. So I showed up every day, like rehearsal. I just sat there in the back. I didn't like, you know, make it awkward for the producers and say, I'm here to be back on the show. I just sat there, you know, and then like near the end of the season, they just gave me a shot to go back on. And it was like the episode where Young May was on, and I was like, fuck that. I'm like, you know, usually it's like you share the mic in the moment. I'm like, I'm going off on everyone. Yeah. And I like pretty much set Conceited up. Like Conceited was on the other team, and I dropped like, you know, like a 12-bar verse on Conceited and just bodied him. And then, yeah, they renewed me for like another 4 seasons after that.
That's dope.
So shout out Conceited. But like, I told him, like, I'm going to have to kill you to get back on the show. So
fucking right, dude. Yeah. Did you sleep? Was I wrong? Did you sleep in bus stops or some type of shit?
No, well, I was taking, because I couldn't really sleep on the Greyhound all the time because it's like an uncomfortable ride. So I was sleeping in like bathroom stalls at the Greyhound station for like an hour or two, just like ready to go. Yeah, just like trying to get some sleep, ready to go on for the next.
That's hunger, bro. That's
yeah,
dude,
that's
man. Like he like every step that I've seen Charron take, man, like it was pure hunger and like shit that people wouldn't do. Most people wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm gonna. Even when we were out in Hollywood, you're like, no, I'm gonna go like pretty much bombard that fucking comedian or whatever. I'm gonna go there and show him what I got or whatever. And then you ended up writing for him or some type of shit, right?
Yeah, for the Jeff Ross roast
Who was
battle.
that? Break that down for us. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, essentially like they're doing roast battles and stuff out there.
I've seen them.
Yeah, you've seen them. So I just was like, yo, I saw a billboard for it and I had some time to kill and I just pulled up and did a roast competition there, won it like all good battle rappers would.
Is that what like the 3 judges, like they're sitting there at a desk?
Yeah, they're sitting there at a desk
in like
and
comedy
stuff.
clubs and shit like that or wherever they are? Yeah.
So that's pretty much what you do, except you don't even have to rhyme it. So is it easier?
It definitely was easier. And it's like, you just need 3. So a round is 1 joke. So I say 1 joke to you and that's the round. I'm like, we have to have like 9 minutes.
Yeah. While rhyming very intricately. Like, and 18 people in the back were like, you dead. Fuck you.
Zip him up.
Shooting at you.
Like I just battled Chef Trez in Atlanta and I did my first round. They're like, round 1 on Trez. And I just hear there's someone in the crowd like, fuck that white boy up. I'm like,
do you know how many times I've heard that, man? It's so fucked. And people, I try to tell that to people, not to cut you off. I try to tell it to people like, I'm not saying it's the hardest thing in the world to deal with, but you know, when you're like the only white guy there and you're bad, and I've heard that 100 times, yo, fuck this white boy up. We don't want to hear that king of the dot white boy shit. I'm like, do I just change my material right now? I was about to open with jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fuck. So anyways, go on. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so I mean, like it was a cool experience, and then they ended up bringing me backstage. I didn't actually get to go on the Comedy Central roast because they had it like all. They had like a tournament on Comedy Central, and they had like 16 people, and I was the replacement, so I didn't actually go on. But like, if anyone backed out or couldn't make it, I was gonna jump into that.
What's up.
No one ended up backing out, but it was cool. I was at like backstage for the Just for Laughs festival. Like they had like Kevin Hart, Seth Rogen in the background, like just everyone chilling. It was a really, really cool experience. And I mean, it's just like when you see an opportunity, it's just, you just kind of go for it. And then if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. But sometimes it leads to like other crazy opportunities.
Yeah.
That's super dope. I feel like you two, we were just talking about how white rappers, especially battle rappers, have to like prove themselves or like they have this much more, especially like in that street URL shit. You guys will hear that fuck you, white boy. Like, do you find like I heard like on that Math Hoffa shout out that he gave us,
My
he
expert
was
opinion.
kind of absolutely
Crazy
check that
show.
out.
Shout out
Amazing
Math.
podcast.
Fox,
and thanks
yeah.
for the shout out. Huge. Anyways, yeah. So he kind of brought up, he was kind of comparing the both of you, and his homeboy was kind of like almost downgrading what Charron does, as if it was almost not credible, like your talent wasn't enough. And I feel like you have to work that much harder. Do you find that you have to work that much harder to like prove yourself to especially that audience?
So I think it goes both ways, because for myself, I'm not like a believable tough guy. Like when you see Charron battle, you're not like, when he says he's going to punch you and make it a metaphor, they're not like, oh, he's trying to convince us like he's that. So it's just, it's bars. So also it's like I walk in and I don't look like I'm going to be good. So when I battle, it kind of sometimes gets the underdog effect. Whereas I find Pat Stay, you know, he's got tattoos. He's a big guy. Like they, you know, they kind of try to like play that card against you too and stuff. So I find it like it has its advantages and disadvantages. But I'm sure I've heard you even speak about that too. Like I get a pass. You like me and Carter Deems get a different pass.
Yeah, a different pass.
That you or like Shoddy Horror would get.
It doesn't mean that it's easier for you guys whatsoever. It just means like
Different struggle.
Just a whole, like sometimes it's just totally different because yeah, like you said, like you might look like you can't rap, you know what I mean? So, and to me, it's so they're just like, you know, if you say some shit, just say if you were to even push them, they'd be like, whatever, it's Charron, it's cool, he's cool, whatever. But if I were to, I'm getting jumped.
Yeah.
Or beat, you know, because I'm always by myself. They ain't treating me like some nerdy little white boy. You know what I mean? They're just like, nah, fuck that. This is a big ass motherfucker, and like it is what it is. This guy,
Wanna be tough, do you?
You'll be tough up. We don't see you like that. But
I tried to be tough once. It backfired when I got slapped against K-Shine. I mean, that shit, it gets brought up every battle, every line. They're like, you're the smack killer because you get I'm like, I've heard that like 10 times, but it was honestly, it was a funny situation. Like we told them in advance because people are like, oh, why'd you pull out a cap gun against K-Shine? But like 100 bullets. And I told them, we're like, you know, you guys bring out props every battle for a 2-on-2. We have a prop. We didn't say what it was, but like we have a prop. And then we pulled it out and then I was rapping. He hit the cap gun out of my hand and I'm like, okay, I can't just do this verse without the cap gun. So I hit his hat off his head. It was like honestly a perfect swipe too. If you guys seen that,
I seen it. That was a great swipe.
Yeah, it was a great. I swiped the shit out of his
Tinder
hat.
fucking deluxe.
Street
He got
Fighter
the Tinder
Turbo.
Plus package after that. So as soon as I did that though, I was just like, fuck. Like I knew I was about to get, my reflexes weren't good. I just got hit like that. And then like the battle happened. And then I was like, I think I was dazed. I forgot how to freestyle. I was trying to rebuttal it.
Were you dazed? Were you dazed from the slap or just the situation?
It was just so I was phased about the whole thing, and then 100 bullets. I was like, "Fuck!" I got hit. And 100 bullets is like, "Yo, we still got to finish this round." And I was just like, "Ah." So I was trying to freestyle, and like I couldn't think. And then I was just pissed. Like my parents are messaging me. They like was on World Star in like 30 minutes, like, and they're like, "We saw you on World Star. You got beat up." And I was
Your
like,
parents check World Star?
well, I think it was just they got. I don't know. I guess like, my mom finds out Nick Cannon and Eminem. He's on World Star.
with the shits,
I mean,
man.
she's like, Charron, I just seen your clip on Pornhub. Yo, by the way, K-Shine is like a super nice guy too.
Cool guy. We're
Very
friends.
nice guy. You know, he's cool as fuck.
Is that
so
a diss?
Yeah. Free K-Shine.
No, he's out. He's out.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's out now. So fucking, he's a good guy. Even though I'm a little bit weird about him right now because, you know, I was messaging him on Twitter, not to get off topic. I'd be like, hey, man, you know if the battle's going down or not? Not answering me. Hey, you know if, just give me a heads up. And he's not answering me. I'm like, is he plotting something against me? You know what I mean? He just want to be cool with me because he's got a crazy angle against me. Right? Anyways, I'm just
Bro, he
joking.
could have coronavirus. Like,
No, he's a good guy. Man. Me and him are
Self-isolating.
cool. Me and him are cool. But the thing is with Charron, like, you know, a lot of people wouldn't slap their hat back. You know what I mean? Charron's not scared.
Yeah.
He's not scared of people. Charron's not scared of anyone. I know that. You ever see his first battle ever in life?
Oh, man.
Was that versus dude in the school?
Yeah.
In the
high
fucking
school.
school.
shit.
High school battle?
When he went by Triple C.
What?
You've never seen
And
it?
then Rick Ross
crazy.
took it
So
for
he-
his group name. Hey.
Can you explain it? Because he hasn't seen it. Explain it to these guys.
Yeah, so I wanted to get on King of the Dot. So like I saw Pat Stay's Element League stuff, Kid Twist, Poe Rich, like all the early stuff, and I messaged Organic on Facebook, and I was like, "Yo, I wanna do these battles, but I have no footage." And he's like, "Get some footage." So I just found a cameraman, and we were setting up battles in like it was a clothing store. You know, it's similar to this. Like we get a crowd. We were charging people $2 admission fee. You know, just a toonie, get in, and like
Mark
we're
wouldn't
doing.
have came.
Well, that's an extra tip, Mark.
I would have put him on my +1. You know, I would get the
He would have brought two. Yeah.
And then so we did that battle, and then like I didn't know that. I never met this guy. His name was Jordan Bennett, and I'm from St. Pete's. He's from St. Matt's. I was known as like the best Catholic guy at my school. He was known as the best Catholic guy there, freestyle battle rap. We pulled up there, and we had like I probably came up with like maybe 20 or 30 people, and he came up with like 50 or 60 people. So it was a mad biased crowd, and like I'll be rapping, and his friends are just yelling like "You suck," and like they weren't like listening. I was just like getting pissed off. So I knew that there was a car crash at that school where the guy was battling was in the car with one of his friends, and then I believe like so long ago, but I believe the guy was drunk, so the guy I was battling left, and then the guy ended up dying in a DUI car crash, and all this shit. Like it definitely like tragic news, and I wasn't going to bring it up. Like we had a 3-round battle, and I didn't bring it up. Like literally, I didn't bring it up, and I smoked him. And then they're like, "Yo, we're gonna have to do a bonus round." I'm like, all right, whatever. I do another bonus round, kill him, and we had like $200 like bet on the line too, and then. Like, yo, we got to do another bonus. I was like, okay, like how much? I'm like, I'm gonna have to bring it up effectively.
I need material.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have nothing
5
left.
rounds.
You guys
That's
are forcing
crazy.
my hand, and then I still was like trying not to say it because it was like kind of a freestyle battle. And then like his friends were just like yelling, "You suck," and all that. I'm like, all right, bet. So I just said whatever it was, like. Battling the wackest guy from St. Matthew's High. I know everyone in your school wishes you were the one in the car crash that died. I just said that and I just stood there.
What was the reaction?
So
Did you not see it?
I seen it, but I can't recall right now. Like
It was a fucking
5 rounds in. That's fair.
It was
Yeah,
a
it was
fucking. It was such an intense stare down. You guys got to see this, man. It was like
I
it was
remember
like
seeing it back.
it was like a-
By the way,
10
did you
years
guys
ago.
hire security? There was 3 big ass motherfuckers.
those
in the
were
middle,
those were all like my guys are with me. Like,
Oh
yeah.
man, I was like,
So any black person in the room was with me, not just
So you were safe.
60 white guys, 3 black
my
guys.
boy-
You're
They
good.
were all on
My
the
boys-
guest list.
Yeah, they were gaslit. Yeah, so I said it. We were staring each other down, and then eventually I saw people like rushing from the back, and then I just like Homer Simpson, the bushes. Like, I go out and I'm trying to get to like the corner there. People like trying to grab on my shirt, and then the guy who died, his sister. I didn't know his sister was in the crowd, and she's crying, and she's like, "Someone fuck him up!" And I'm
I
like,
can hear that. Oh,
yeah, and then like. So I was like, oh, like this is fucking.
And these are
this-
Catholic kids.
Yeah, this is a
I didn't
Catholic
know they were
school, and like
violent.
this shit got super crazy. And then one of my boys that was with me, he bottled one of the other guys, stole someone's chain. Like it was going crazy. I was just like, yo,
Stole his cross in a Catholic school.
bro, it got crazy. Bro, I had to be held there until cops came. I got like escorted out the back door, and like,
Bro,
that's
that's the livest 5th round I've ever
yeah,
heard.
it was crazy, bro. It was about yeah, bro.
And
it
that was your
about-
King of the Dot debut, right there.
It was
Just
right
like that.
before, and then like I got suspended from school for that for like 2 days. It wasn't like on record, but like the principal like called my mom, was like, I don't think it's safe for Corey to come to school for the next 2 days. Like people are pissed off. I remember like they were like trying to come to my work and stuff when I had to like leave early. Like, but then after like a few months or so,
You got famous from it.
Yeah.
Here you are today.
yeah.
Check this out, man.
That's
And-
crazy,
And
though.
the reason why I said he's not scared, if you guys, watch it back, and anyone watching, is if you watch the footage, when he says it, the buddy just freezes up and stares him down in like an intimidation stare, and Corey just stands there. And he's looking at him the whole time, for 15 seconds, and then eventually wiggles out.
Yeah,
But it was kind of like, yeah, I said it. What's your next move?
You
What's
gave
your
him
next
the
move?
opportunity to do
Yeah.
something.
And he didn't do
If
shit.
you were gonna pop off, you had.
And this guy could have beat Charron. Well, he looked
Oh,
like
for
he
sure.
physically fit. Could
He was
have
on the
Yeah,
football
100%.
team, bro.
on the football team. He looked like the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Funniest part of that was like when you guys were staring each other down, somebody's behind the camera, like, you better fucking run.
I've watched that video so many times, and like I look at the comments, and there's one, and you could hear it too. I don't know if it was like the guy was drunk and made a mistake, but there's a timestamp, and they're like, "Did he say what I thought he did?" And the guy actually said, "Fuck him in the ass," and I'm like, "Whoa,
Jesus.
I was like,
Jesus.
give a Catholic school."
Jesus Christ. Can we keep it wrapped?
So I was like, I dodged the bullet there, guys.
Dude,
Like,
that's a cock, too, didn't you? Fuck, holy
Yeah, it was a
shit.
Catholic school.
Calling the priest.
God is good, bro.
Sodomized.
As soon as he saw their minds, he was he was staring you down. He was staring him down.
As soon as he saw them.
As soon as he saw him,
They whistling the priest. He comes in his long dress. Mark, everything good? All right. So,
everything good. Look what we're talking about. Yeah, we're safe.
but yeah, no. Speaking of priest sucking cocks, no, I'm just joking. I won't go there. One thing I admire about you, Charron, of many things, and this is just me being honest. Me and you are friends, so I'm not. It's not like I just met you and I'm like just on your. I admire you in a lot of things. Business wise, like battle rappers for the most part are broke. You, however, have been super successful in many, fields. Can I ask you, are you a millionaire at this point?
Maybe.
So is that too personal?
I don't say you want to say the number.
I mean, like,
Well, I didn't ask. I'm just saying, like, is that an okay checkpoint to say?
I basically hit a goal that I wanted to, a benchmark to have to basically feel comfortable to retire at, and I hit it at 26. So that's pretty much as far as I'll say.
So Charron, how do you go for the aspiring battle rappers or people who may be like, kids coming up hungry the way you were? How do you go from, at one point you said sleeping in the bathroom stalls and making your dream like to now where you say you could retire? Like what would you say is like the catalyst that made that happen? Just the pure drive you had? Is that it? Or did you have other investments? Like, did you have a side thing or?
Yeah, like it just involves like taking advantage of every opportunity that comes your way, and like analyzing which ones are, the ones worth pursuing a lot of time with. Like I didn't make that. Like I'll be completely honest. Most people would probably think if you've made a certain amount of money, you would assume it's from TV or battle rap or something. But I made the majority of my money doing door-to-door sales when I was younger. I was going door-to-door selling water heaters, furnaces, ACs, and eventually use my network because I had a lot of fans battle rapping and recruited a bunch of people across, different provinces in Canada and got them on board selling things door to door, and, just got an override off a bunch of people. And it really it was a grind that took a while, and it taught me a lot about business, and it was a really good opportunity for myself. So, I mean, anyone that's up and coming, I definitely recommend, no matter where you're at. There's there's people going door to door making a bunch of money. And when I first started, I thought if someone comes to your door, it's like a crackhead or a Jehovah's Witness. I didn't know there was a huge industry in that. So that's how I made the majority of my money.
That's super.
That's crazy.
Is there any parallels between door-to-door sales and battle rap? Like trying to sell someone, or is there anything you could say?
I wasn't a natural at all. I had to really work hard at it. I don't know if I mentioned it on the last time we did an Instagram live, but I do have a learning disability. It's called nonverbal learning disorder. It's kind of similar to Asperger's, and just for anyone who's not familiar with it, but a lot of it has to do with controlling body language, social interaction, even voice inflection. When I was younger, when I first talked, everything it was all monotone, and I had to pretty much teach myself how to get inflection, how to move your hands correct and stuff. So, I mean, I struggled at first with it, but I just downloaded a bunch of tutorials, Jordan Belfort's Straight Line Persuasion, shadowed a bunch of people that were high up in the industry, learned, the things that they were saying, and just basically studied it. But yeah, it pretty much there was a lot of parallels because it just all comes down to the rebuttals, really. Everyone has an answer, and then you have to basically hear out what they're saying and then rebuttal it, and then see if the deal makes sense for them. But there definitely is, because battle rappers are performers, and we're selling a product, which is ourselves.
Exactly.
So, yeah, there definitely was a lot of parallels to that.
No, that's what's up, man.
Dude, how fucking dope is that, man?
That's incredible.
How fucking far has this guy come? And I believe you've told me with I don't know the proper pronunciation. Everyone always says Asperger's. What is it?
Well,
Asperger's.
it's Asperger's. But
okay, yeah, but it's a form of autism, correct?
Yeah.
And are you legally can't drive a car and things like that?
So legally I can, but I've tried. I'm not able to.
Right.
Just with my hand-eye coordination and just
what would be the risk? What would?
I just I'm just very clumsy. I don't have good hand-eye coordination. When I battle, people always make fun of how I move my hands. That's just actually that's just me. I don't really know to control my body too well, my arms and stuff. And I've had to work on that. So I wasn't able to properly drive. And a lot of things too. I get lost a lot, directions. I feel it kind of was a gift how to become a good freestyle battle rapper, because I learned things only verbally. When I retain all my verbal information, but I forget what people's faces look like. I forget basically a hard way to describe it, but it's if you go into a building and I walk past the door, my mind didn't retain the information that I just saw that. I forget that I was just in there. I only learned through hearing names, and I could memorize all through rote memory, but I forget if you asked me to describe what color your car was and you just pick me up, I wouldn't be able to do that.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What I get from this is you seem like you constantly, even being a white rapper, on top of all this extra stuff too. You've battled an uphill battle the whole way through. Is there any moment where you actually doubted yourself? Because from everything you're saying, it feels like you just never give up.
You you had such a you didn't have a.
Was all the disadvantages an advantage in the end?
Did it bring out did it bring out the monster
drive?
in you type thing?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all perception in life. So you could actually look at any curse as a gift, and it will be a gift to you. You could do really you could you always got to take your weaknesses and turn them into strengths, because the fact that there's a lot of things I can't do, But in life, all you really need to do is be able to do one thing amazing, and you're set for life. So I was told, so many things in life I wouldn't be able to do, but I knew there was a couple things in life that I would excel in, and I just focused on those and didn't focus on the things that, I wouldn't be able to drive or, even like I couldn't even, it's like embarrassing to say, but I had to drop out of college because I couldn't find my classrooms, like just like navigating. I couldn't find the classrooms. It was a big building, and I just like literally couldn't find the places. Like it's not on Google. You can't say like on Google Maps, bring me to this class and shit. So I rely on that. So there's like that, that's frustrating. And like, you just feel like, oh, like, and people don't like using the word like I'm retarded, but like sometimes you feel, I felt like that, but I just always remembered that, if you just work hard and have a positive mindset, like good things will happen to you. And for everything that you can't do, there's going to be something that you can do. And if you work harder than everyone else, then you're going to win in the long run.
That's what's up.
Big facts, man. Big facts, man.
Get the
Big
fuck
facts.
out of here, man. Like,
Sharon, obviously, you are, well, in my opinion, I'll just say it. You're the best freestyler off the top, I think, on the planet Earth.
Planet Earth.
Planet
Earth. Has to be.
So I'm just trying to understand, like, I want to take a glimpse into your mind. Like earlier, we said coronavirus. I said, how many multis do you have off that? You said off the top of my head, probably 12. Like, what happens in your brain compared to other people's? Like, is this something you can physically describe? Like, all right, I have these 12 lines in here I see, and I pull them out whenever I want? Or is it you're just that quick on your feet that you just pull it out of nowhere? Or like, what goes on? Are you saying one line while you're thinking about the next line? Like, if you were to like let us into your brain, what
Is
would
it
be?
Premeditated?
Yeah, like what?
Well,
like,
it can't be because it's on the spot. But yeah,
or is it
I would love
memorized
to know.
from previous? Like, I got 12 coronavirus things that you never forget. I could pull out, or
Right.
you know what I mean? How does it work?
Yeah, so it is a bit of both. So it's kind of like what you said, and it's like I've heard Jay Leno say the same thing too. When he's saying a joke, while he's delivering it, he's thinking of like his next punchline too. And like it's kind of like that where I'm pulling words out, and it is off the top, but there's also things that you just memorize. Like if something comes up like tree, I know like all the word, like there's root, there's branch, there's seed, like there's all these like idioms that you could memorize and do that. And if someone goes on a multi, there's like Janis Joplin, Matthew Broderick, Magic Johnson, like you could just go on like a sequence of words that you've heard before. So sometimes it's like you kind of have a script, but like if you just pull out random words, you can't rely on that script. But I'm not really sure. It's just something I've just practiced a lot at. Like when I first started to freestyle, it was in a parking lot with two of my friends in high school, and we were only able to do one line at a time. Like it would just be like a yo mama joke with one line, and that was it. And then like we just learned how to build it up more.
I feel like as a rapper, anyways, you always got like those go-to rhymes, like one in the chamber.
Yeah, you always
when
have
you're freestyling that party, whatever, boom, you got one ready to go.
Yeah.
Rhymes
Freestyle with
something.
Holohan for the first time, you'll think he's the fucking craziest.
Holohan is crazy, dude.
He's a very, very good freestyler.
He's
Yeah,
a crazy
he's amazing.
freestyler.
Yeah, he's a great rapper too, man.
Speaking of Holohan, I was waiting for the time to bring up this question, but you two battled each other, and I was actually there. And there was some behind the scenes something where Holohan was supposed to be on your side and switch sides, or you were supposed to do something.
That was a quick segue, by the way.
I was like,
I did not
just heard
set
the name.
that up. This guy was quick.
Yeah, that's what
He's
I
over
do.
there smirking like he hasn't been waiting.
Yeah.
He's just like,
And we
come
know
on.
this is the second best freestyler here. So some people
Out
are
of
quick.
5 people, yeah.
You could have said Hollow Man. He would have been like, you know what rhymes with Hollow Man?
Yeah.
Hollow Man.
I was waiting for it. But yeah. No, can you tell us what happened? Like, I want to hear from both of your perspectives. Like,
I think
what
I had
what was that
individually-
about?
I'm open to talk about it if
Yeah,
you are.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
sure.
Pat and I would even say before I would say we were friends. We were just hyping up a battle. Like I wouldn't say we we're good friends. We didn't know each other, but we didn't hate each other. But I'm super competitive. I wanted to win the battle, and it's actually something that I regret doing. I don't think it was like the best etiquette to have in a battle, but I really wanted to win. And it was just like Pat Stay, when he battles, he always has like a real talk, like, this is I've been through this and dark side and stuff. And, I don't want to like elaborate on too much of what the angle was because it was never used, but I was supposed to say something and say, if this was true, Holohan, switch over to my side, and just like the visual Holohan switching over would have
Crazy.
It would have been a crazy visual
because that's someone where he's from. And
Yeah.
basically to debunk.
And that shock value too. Just
shock value
right?
and all that. So like, that's basically what it was. And then I guess Pat could probably elaborate on more on what happened because, you know, right before the battle, Pat caught wind of it, or maybe it was long before the battle, I'm not sure, and just basically just said like, that's not going to go down. And then, you know, Organic, I and Pat were arguing about it. But I mean, essentially at that point I agreed, like, all right, it's not going to go down. Pat knows about it. He could just be like, and Holohan's going to switch his side. So I was like, all right, that's done. So I pretty much had to like reconstruct my third round, like in freestyle a lot and throw in some things. So it didn't turn out the way I wanted to. And, I think it was, even though it is battle rap, I do think it was a low blow. And in battle rap culture, like we were talking about before, people are pulling out pictures of baby mamas on Pornhub and a lot of crazy things, snitching records of people snitching. So it's not like the worst thing that could have been done in battle rap, but I feel like, you know, I should have been clever and you know, tried to win without using a gimmick.
I think it was a dope angle. I'm glad. Like, I wish it would have happened. As a fan of just that, I wanted to see that go down.
Yeah,
because it would have been. I wanted to see how Pat would have been able to react to that too.
It wouldn't. I mean,
because you beat Holohan.
Yeah. Why was Holohan? Being you guys are friends. Why was he willing at that moment to go against you like that?
I mean, we've had problems because of it, but you know, he was deep down upset with me. You know what I mean? I guess because you know he felt I might have tarnished his image or career at that point. And what he was saying that day was like, oh, I just would have hyped up another second battle between us, you know, just But this is how it is. And you can understand this. When it comes down to battle day, the last, you know, especially the day, everything is very intense. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even have any type of distractions. You're very, you know, frustrated with everything. It's like everything, and you're paranoid about little things and stuff too. So I get a call from someone and they're like, yo, just to let you know, I don't know if you've noticed anything weird about Holohan, but Holohan is planning to trade on you. He's going to switch sides and do some trader shit. And he also brought some dudes with him, if you haven't noticed, that are, you know, coming here to start some shit with you. And I'm like, I have noticed a different energy in Holohan, and I don't recognize these guys. Who are these new tattoo face guys he's hanging with, and why are they looking so tough? So I make a call. Make sure I got people there as well, even though I always do. Make sure I have extra people there, right? But then I'm like, okay, this isn't going to go well in case somebody else has, you know, whatever on them or something like that. Someone's going to really get hurt here. You know what I mean? So at the time, I'm like, yo, this is not going down because if I swing on Holohan, he can fight. So we're fighting. Now his boys, these new tattoo face guys I don't know, are fighting with my guys. And I know that these guys might not just use their hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this is going to fuck up the whole shit. I'm not going to get paid from Drake. and you know what I mean? And it's going to fuck up
not
everything.
Going to Jamaica?
It's going to fuck up everything because it's beyond battle rap at that point. Now, mind you, the person that told me might have got a little more dramatic about it. If I would have just known he was just going to switch sides and be like, yeah, it's true, I don't know if I would have swung on him. Then I just would have been like, you're a clown for doing this. We're supposed to be friends. But what I was told, it kind of sounded like it was about to be some real traitor shit and more so like punk me violent shit.
Like exploit you, expose you.
Yeah,
in some
and that's
type
why
of
he
weird
had
way.
that's why he had these new dudes with him or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm friends with Holohan too, and I mean, like at the end of the day, it was like going to be promoting Pat Stay versus Holohan too, like because that was the most important match in King of the Dot history.
Yeah,
and you know, for a rematch would have been good. And for me, I just felt like Pat Stay is such a talented battle rapper, and I was like, I'd need kind of like a crazy angle to beat Pat. And just battle rap is such a visual thing, like just seeing someone switch a side,
huge, not
even with a punchline, it just shifts the momentum. And essentially there wasn't going to be like, I guess someone was over dramatic. I'm not a tough guy and I'm not anything for violence. There was definitely going to be no violence, but it was going to be Holohan. I was going to say a scheme and it's going to end off with Holohan saying you fucked up the loyalty at the end of it.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, I thought it was And I think a lot of people would have thought it would have been a crazy
It
angle.
would have. Yeah.
It just would have been a moment, and
Yeah,
I
it
think
would
that
have
those
been
are like
a quick
moments
moment. That could have
in
helped
rap
a lot.
battle.
Yeah, it could have helped a lot. So
Yeah.
it was a gamble. It didn't work out, and then I just realized, you know, like you shouldn't play, especially in a big battle in a title match. You shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket and be like, I need because there's so many things that could go wrong with that.
Right.
One person finds out, so it wasn't really a smart gamble to do. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like Rap Grid just did a poll, and me and Pat Stay was voted the best title match of of all time, and King of the Dot by a
That
large
was a
margin.
close battle. I remember he called me on the phone right when it was over, and he's like, "Did Pat win?" I was like, "Man, I don't know."
Like, because the crowd reaction, it was like
I couldn't definitively say like, oh yeah, he won. Like, I didn't know what they were gonna say.
Because even you saying that Pat went to organic, it's kind of like almost took away some of his credibility on like just from crowd reaction or people like watching. You didn't know, like you
guys are both great.
It was so
battlers.
close.
Yeah, I didn't know. It was so close. I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Good
did
battle.
Do you guys each feel like it went the right way, or do you feel like I don't know, like maybe, you know what I mean? Did you feel like maybe?
So by the way, when people ask me, I say this every interview too. By the way, I tried harder for that battle than any battle.
Yeah.
I was actually done like 5 days before, which is really weird for me. I made sure I was going to win that battle. Do I think I won? Yes. Do I think I would have won anyway? Yes, but probably very close because it would have been such a moment. I think my third round was such a obvious win. The second he won, and I guess it would have came down to the first. I thought my first, I thought it was really good as well. But it was so close regardless. Like, it was what it was. I really thought that my third round was like kind of and this is just me being me, was just kind of whatever.
I got a
Different
question.
styles too.
But
Totally
it was my
different.
toughest opponent,
Yeah.
and I tried the hardest, and it meant so much to me to win because I knew how fucking great he was and competitive he was and is.
Do you think that might have almost set the tone too for you? Because I feel like you've battled like incredible, like other rap battlers, but they never really seem to try against you. Like Charlie Clips would do some bullshit and fuck up, like only come like a round and a half or something. You know what I mean? But like Pat really tried, and it was that close. Do you think that almost like set the bar for you later to get bigger opponents? Excuse me. And,
Yeah, it was like at the end of the day, like even though if you lose a great battle, like it still raises your stock. Like it was a great battle, and I took the L. And some people say it was a close decision, but at the end of the day, I lost the judge's decision, so I lost the battle. And like I think it made me better because I realized when I saw Pat on stage and just like the energy he had and everything, like I wasn't really, because I just write like a lot of bars and stuff, and then after just Pat, the way he controls himself on stage, I realized you need a lot of moments too. You need a lot of those, those big moments. So I felt it helped me elevate my game. And like, I've still to this day never stood in front of a better round. I think it was your first, I can't remember, but I remember live, it was either your first or your third. But I remember hearing like at the end of the round, I felt like I've never stood in front of anything like that before. So
that's crazy.
It was definitely like, it was cool. And also I think the greatest thing about that battle was just the promotion and the build up to that. Like everyone was hyped about that because we sold that for like 2 or 3 years, just the call outs and everything. And like the 2 people from Canada for the crown. So like, I feel like to be honest, I'm kind of bored with a lot of like battles these days. It's just like they get 2 dope rappers, they put them in a room and
2 big names.
And there's no hype behind it. I feel like I first noticed you calling him I think HFK maybe one of the first times. Yeah. That was probably when I first started to be like, this guy's gonna be a problem. That's when I first started to actually like notice who you were. I think was that battle. And you guys were also friends too. I think that's kind of
yeah. No, but I mean like at the end of the day, it was a crazy battle, and like both of us, I feel like have even improved since then. Like you're on I'm not saying this just because I'm on your podcast, but I was saying you should have won, in my opinion, Battler of the Year. And I feel like your last like
moments. That's a moment. That's a moment.
I feel like you should have won Battler of the Year, and your last like
Something wrong with
your last
Anybody
like,
got a condom? No, thanks, man. Go on.
And I feel like your last like 4 or so performances is like where you've
crazy, bro.
No, but go on. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I, mean, I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah,
Jason, I'm gonna go smoke.
for you.
Enough compliments.
Lay
No,
it
I
down.
appreciate
Nah, I
it.
feel like you've like really elevated to a different level recently in the last
Thank you.
like 3 or 4 or so battles.
I appreciate
This
that.
is a random question, Charron, but like to the people, there's some people that don't watch battle rap on this podcast. Do you have a random weird celebrity story, like a meeting, like just some random celebrity, whoever it was? I know you met mad celebrities. Is there any like weird or funny stories that you came across, like just either being at Wild 'N Out or being in Hollywood or you know what I mean, wherever across the line?
Oh man, I have like definitely a few. I'm trying to think of like some funny. I mean, one I got called out to do an interview for like to audition for a show. It was called The Next Battle Rap Master. It was like sounds super racist. A white. First of all, I was not cool with the.
Yeah,
I was
whip.
not.
Whip soul
I was
separately.
not cool with the. I was not cool. I was not cool.
Get over here, boy.
Face me.
Got a few
I was
bars
not
for you.
cool with the title, and I was not cool with the fact that
Battle
like
rap
I was supposed to be one of the masters. So like you're the judges are the masters. So like I was first of
horrible.
all, yeah, I'm like we need a different name. So I was out,
Yeah.
I went to Hollywood to do the interview for that. And the guy was like, yeah, we're super excited to have you for this. Like, I'm a big fan of you. I'm like, yeah, for sure. He's like, you're definitely, there's a lot of white battle rappers, but we wanted you for sure. I think he just kept saying like Roan or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, yeah, for sure. He's like, that compliment battle of Pat Stay, that was amazing. I was like, oh yeah, that was Roan. And he's like, and then he's like, oh, that was. I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, anyways, like when you did the fat jokes that went viral, and then I was like, no, that was Roan. And then so then he was saying another thing. He's like, oh well. Maybe I'm mixing people up, but he's like, but you're working with Barstool, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm working, and I'm pretending to be Roan.
You might as well, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Fuck it.
so I was just like, yeah, I did the whole interview, and at the end, I'm like, this guy fucking thinks I'm Roan. I'm like,
That's funny shit,
yeah, so
bro.
I like did the whole thing. I went all the way out there, and I was like, the show didn't get the green light for it, but I'm like, even at the end of it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure they would realize I wasn't Roan and like, like this guy lied to us and like went along with it.
That's amazing.
That is hilarious.
There is that. I'm trying to think another one.
I got confused as Holohan a couple times. One time I just went with it. It was outside of a battle, and a girl walked up to me and she goes, I just want to let you know that your song "Lost Love and Addiction" is just so deep. And I was like, I looked at her, it was so deep. I was like, yeah. She's like, you just must went through so much. I was like, you don't even know. And I just went with it. I should have smashed, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I was like, don't ask questions. Like,
I didn't know Holohan sounded like Barry White. Though.
Is that Holohan's voice?
Yeah.
Holohan gets mistaken for me too, man.
I thought he was gonna say for Barry White.
Another. I remember
Christ.
when we did Bodied and we were out in LA. I remember I was in Joseph Kahn's office and there's pictures of every battle rapper and their character, and I'm like, oh, Billy Pistol's for me. I was like, oh, Adam Ferrone is like married guy, and then Pat Stay was just racist guy. There's a picture of Pat Stay and it just says racist. It said
Yo,
right.
do you know that before that fucking movie, you're about to go on set, like, all right, let's go, guys. I'm like, you're not gonna shave my head? And they're like, no, we don't got time for that. I'm like, dude, I have like gray hair, like, fucking, what are you doing, man? Like, shave my head. They're like, you think so? I'm like, yes. And so we took like 20 extra minutes and they fucking bicked my head.
As they should have.
Boy,
yeah.
did I look racist. I felt racist. I was racist. I am.
Until they said cut. Until they said cut.
No, you know what? I looked so fucking racist, man. I was like, bro, imagine if you would have just brought me in there, Mr. Salt and Pepper, fucking Seventh Heaven fucking cast.
Did you write the bars?
Of
Or
course
was that
not.
just some stuff you already had
No.
laying around?
You know, I had those in the chamber.
Hasn't seen the movie Black Panther once.
Jesus.
Oh, God, those, what a waste of an animal.
No, I'm joking. That was a fire movie. That was dope.
classic.
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah. That was fire. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, the whole time I was like, you want me to go in there like a, you know what I mean? So that was a funny time. We haven't talked about this yet at all. I just want to cut off the whole conversation just because. Speaking of which, was that on purpose?
Someone's sick.
Are you like this coronavirus shit?
Crazy, bro.
Bro.
I couldn't find toilet paper
Nope.
or hand sanitizer today.
Nope.
For this episode, I went to 7 different motherfucking stores. Took me like 2 hours to get us masks, just as a joke. Like even just like sandpaper type masks. There's nothing. It's sold out.
The only
everywhere.
toilet paper I found was like $14-15 for like a 8-pack. And
Fucking
it was like,
sandpaper
I said,
shit too,
holy
eh?
fuck, one and a -5 ply.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy
you about to use your hand.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. Fucking
See-through.
who here was one of those people that were like, oh, this fucking H1N1 fucking
was.
repeat.
Me.
So was I. Were
I
you?
was.
Absolutely.
It was just a global
Still am.
news thing.
Oh, you
then
still are? Tell the truth, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. I'm not saying that.
I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or not.
No, I'm talking to my friends too. Like I have conspiracy theorist friends, and they're just like, a week ago, they're like, oh, it's just a government control thing to, whatever. And I call them now, and they're like, oh no, this shit's real.
No, but do you think that maybe it isn't though? Or are you saying that it isn't at all?
No, I don't think at all. And
At all? You
I don't
it's
think-
anything to do with control or fear or anything like that
no.
at all.
Well, give me an explanation
It's
of
hard
why.
to just guess, though.
Then
It's
tell
like-
me what, like, because this is inevitable. What are you going to do? Slow down what's gonna happen regardless?
What do you mean?
Think about it. If this is gonna happen no matter what, closing down airports doesn't mean this isn't gonna be a thing.
It
Closing
helped.
down all restaurants.
preventative
Like right
measures,
now
though.
in the city, they're like, you
It
can't go to
actually-
the casino. There's no VLTs. You need to be 1 meter from each other in a fucking restaurant. They're saying that malls are only open for 5 hours a day. That there's only going to be allowed
what should they
150.
be telling us?
There's
That's
only
like
going to be
saying-
Go fucking have as many orgies as you
like-
can.
Yeah.
That's
when everyone-
and
Let's get in the stadium and kiss.
it's still gonna happen.
That's
It's
like saying,
airborne.
yo.
It's literally it's inevitable.
That's like saying there's guys on the next street
There's
with
only
guns.
allowed to be 150 people
If you
in
don't go
the
over there,
same
you'll still
building
get shot.
capacity.
Dickie,
so
if-
there's 500
He mad
people
his
outside of
tips are
Costco
slowing
waiting
down.
to get
Dickie.
in, but there's only 150 people
slowing his
inside.
tip money
Like,
up,
get
bro.
the fuck
Look.
out of here.
Dickie, listen, and I'm having a conversation with you, not like, oh, come on.
No,
The worst of it all is
you know,
when
I just like
rappers
to
are
get
going to be
hype.
fucking rhyming with
I
coronavirus
know.
punchlines here.
You catch the corona, it won't be the disease. Or the virus, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
how many
listen.
things are rhyming with coronavirus, though?
Here's coronavirus. No, anyways, listen. Fucking
Ultraviolet bulbs inside.
bulbs inside it. He ain't got a bona fide bone inside him. Like that?
Okay.
Mic check up.
No, but listen.
The freestyle
The reason
king
why
over
they're
here.
doing that is because, like, if there's only one person who has it in the city, then it's like, if we get everybody controlled, then we're not going to have 50 people tomorrow, which means 100 people are going to die in a week. Keep it.
But
to
how does that control anything?
how doesn't that? I don't understand what
I
you
don't
even
understand
mean
what
by
you're
that.
saying either.
Because it's slow. I'm saying all it does is slow it down. It doesn't. It's not
That's
still.
Yeah, but the
That's
disease
control.
only lasts
If that one person, it goes away because they keep them inside.
Yeah,
they
hold on.
take care of
14
it.
days. Wouldn't you want that to go
But
away?
it's past that already. Is my point.
No, but if one person has it, they keep them in a hospital and they
Right,
don't release them until
but
it's
that's
gone.
not the case.
Well,
No
no
pun
one has it
intended.
yet.
There's
Here.
3 people in Nova Scotia
But
that
it's
have
not.
it right now.
It's not
Yeah,
100%.
so should we just let them mingle freely at
Yeah.
the bar and
Let's all go French kiss
Yeah.
them because it's inevitable.
Okay.
I'm actually I just want to know your.
So I'm saying that I think it's impossible to just quarantine an entire country or an entire province. It's going to get here regardless. People have to travel. People have families. People are students. People are on business.
But if you stop travel, then it's not impossible to prevent it from coming here.
So you think you should not wear a condom with 5 people with AIDS?
yeah.
It's like you're just going to
Roll
get
the
it.
dice.
oh my
No,
It's inevitable.
But I'm saying if it's in New Brunswick
Yeah.
a week ago or whatever, 5 days ago, and you think it's not going to get to Nova Scotia?
I was starting to think that. Were you guys? I was like, damn, man.
We were the only province that
I was
had
like,
it.
yo, it ain't coming in because if they keep those 3 people,
It's an hour and a half drive. That's my point. Is people are still going to be able to drive through whether or not,
not-
there's people that just work in Moncton.
So
There's
you
people
think we
that-
shouldn't take preventative measures
But
because
I'm saying
Yeah,
all it's
that's
doing
where I
is slowing
disagree.
down the inevitable. This is going to make a wave. We're going to have 2 to 3 months where things are closed. People are going to get sick. This is going to pass.
So what do you
People are gonna
suggest
sick
we
and
do
die.
instead of
Just
preventative
everybody
measures?
get sick?
No, it's going to happen. People
Everybody's
are
going to
get
get
sick.
sick.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
No, because if
but
you
they
do
would if they
preventative
went by that
measures-
logic.
But
If
there's
you
still-
enforce-
everyone is still
you,
going
know
to
what I
you
mean?
make a lot of sense. This is really making
I'm
no
hoping
sense.
we edit this.
You guys really
You
think
should
that
definitely
if-
edit the part where it
if
usually
we
makes a lot of
close
sense.
restaurants, no. Do you guys really think that if we close restaurants and Costco's, that it's going to stop the coronavirus?
Slow it down.
Thank you. That's what I just said. So how the
That's
fuck is what I'm
control,
saying
though.
making a
Slowing something down is control. Instead of letting it just rapid fire at its pace, you control the
yeah?
pace
It
of
could happen next week or it could happen happen in a month. It's still going to happen. Is my point.
And it's still controlled.
The thing that you guys aren't talking about is the amount of hospital beds. That's why if you slow it down, you're only dealing with a certain amount of patients at a certain time.
He's not good. He's not on the mic. Too bad they couldn't hear that.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
If you get to the point like Italy, where you have a situation where
you're picking who dies and who lives. That is a crazy. Yeah, you're right.
So if you guys didn't hear what he said because he has no mic, this is Mark Sawatsky. He said he thinks everyone should get it and die.
Just don't hold your PhD.
It was a great point.
And he has it, and he'll cough in your fucking mouth. He said.
Are you guys terrified about this though? Are you
No,
guys
no.
Do you think that we should close everything and lock the city down? Schools should be closed.
Bro, I was one of the last people, but I'm like at this point,
So
I'm
you
like,
do.
I mean, I'm just thinking of other people. So like,
Yes.
that's what it is.
That's
and
really what it
so,
is.
So it's like
We're healthy young
people
men,
like
man.
Mark's, your
My
girlfriend,
pregnant
who was
woman, she's diabetic and a fucking
Super
pregnant
diabetic.
woman, and those are like two of the fucking They're prone to fall severely ill to the disease. So me, I think I catch some bad boy 3 or 4 times and moonwalk out of it. I do, but her and on my first child, like that's scary. So it's not even so much I'm worried about myself. I'm worried about loved ones around me, or even friends, or just complete strangers.
I agree.
The well-being of someone that
thing is
can
very
fall
selfish.
severely ill too.
I agree with it.
And you know what? A lot of people, I've seen a lot of different people being like, you know, it's only older people and whatever. And I seen one guy, and I actually know him. He's cool, but he's like, he goes, well, the people that are, you know, have weak immune system probably did some fucked up shit in their life, and they was self-inflicted or whatever. I'm like,
okay, so,
it's probably the most ignorant thing to say because I know the guy, and I won't shout him out or whatever because he's actually cool. But sometimes instead of like dissing people, you could just be informative and tell them. So it's like, God forbid you would have an aunt or uncle or something that has cancer or something like that, or really weak immune systems from no self-inflicted thing. It just happened and they die because of it. That's not their fault. And these people can die and are dying because they have weak immune systems.
I think what I was trying to say is that I really think that we should just be careful that there are other ways around it than just shutting down the world. I think
that's backpedaling right there. No. I can see it.
No, I got you.
Think about this. So, like, say instead of closing a grocery store down first thing in the morning, we have 1 hour where there's an age limit of like 60 plus people. That's when they can go get their groceries. You're not allowed in there beforehand. You know, things like that. You know, we obviously lock down old folks' homes for visitation, those type of things. Like there's way around than just shutting down and having like quarantine camps in the fucking states. Like that's a fucking freaky thing.
So you're saying
about.
versus shutting everything down entirely, have more functional preventative measures where things can still
strategize
coexist with
a little bit so we can still move in society and live. Because if we think about shutting down schools, who does that affect? Well, you think all these nurses out here don't have fucking kids, and now they got to stay home with their kids. Who's there to help people in the hospital? So we have to think about we're just going to shut down everything. Who's going to help? Who's going to run the hospitals?
Yeah,
who's going to take care of
that's a tough
people?
one. I thought of that too. Like who's going to take care of the patients if the nurses are at home?
We need to honestly
saved himself there.
Got him out of there. I could see the quicksand.
Oh, I was just picturing the YouTube comments. Yo, man, let's get straight to it. Listen, I said this before, and I'm fucking dead serious. I've seen it too much. Corey Charron, my fucking man here, is the best freestyler on planet Earth. I ain't no fucking amateur. I ain't no amateur in this shit. I've been around. I've seen it. I've tested people against it. I've seen him just body everyone. I want to show the world if they haven't already fucking known. Hey, man, what mic can we give him?
Give him the good mic. Let him get the stage mic.
Oh shit! The show mic.
Hold up. So we got cue cards, Dickies, just to prove it's off the top. He hasn't seen these.
Oh man, he's all off the. Can you hear it in this one? Boom. We're live now.
Hey. Is this on live?
We're going live.
Oh man, I gotta put on 1, 2.
Hey, we about to do the craziest freestyle. Corey Charron, we recording this. Corey Charron, best freestyler on planet Earth. I don't give a fuck what you say. We're just gonna go around the room, start it off light. Let's do this, man. Hey, what were we just talking about? Coronavirus.
Hey.
Get it.
All right. You know, rhymes with coronavirus. Out here, Charron's the wildest. You coming against me, but my whole team 824. That's RIP to Kobe Bryant. I beat Rock and Stone Goliath. I got this down. I could even show you science you know I'll write with. And why are people doing this? I could even hit you with most of tridents. And have you see God? You know Charron's Poseidon. I have him floating by him. Watch how my team is harder. Have you feeling a little wheezy like your name was Wheezy Carter? And I used to love Mary Jane. That's word of Peter Parker. I run shit like Stephen Harper.
my
You not
God.
that dope. Right here, we running in Mary Jane's. I'm pulling up. I want all the smoke. I bet y'all will choke. Bongs in those, dropping those. You don't even want to know. Bar game is Guantanamo with Mary Jane. Y'all are very lame. Have them disappear like David Blaine. Man, I leave you hit with a razor blade. You don't even want to say my name. You can
Baby
even change the
diapers.
frame. Yo, watch how my name is going back and I'm whipping these cats, spitting it fast. Baby diapers, man, you know that I shit on these cats and I'm whipping that ass. You want to come back and my flowing is tight. Oh, they running out of that. Come to the crib. I could give you that hard white. You are not nice. Watch how I come back and I
Wow.
got crazy raps. And this is how I got you looking when I snipe it fast. Sharon's a psychopath. Gotten shit on them. Have them turning red like a diaper
Trailer
rash. I
Park
gotta
Boys.
rhyme these cats. You know that it's coming back and you could never explore me. Trailer Park Boys smoking shit like Trevor with Corey and I'm Corey. So you want to know that and something, man. It's like Trailer Park Boys, just a bunch of white boys crushing cans. I'm the fucking man. You don't want to come this when I got the hard rhyme showing these people, even though I'm a white boy, I still got that dark side. I got the archive coming against me with hard rhymes and you'll really want to see the spit when I be abusing them. Using
International
them,
Women's
I can pack
Day.
Shit like using them. I don't know if you want to share it out. International Women's Day. Alex will take 500 for things I don't care about. I don't think that I want to air it out. People coming against me, and now I got rebuttals and flips. That's like white battle rapper day. The shit doesn't exist. Why do you think I can hit you with rebuttals and flips, and it automatically rhymes with I don't fuck with you, bitch. You know, nothing exists. You get a cut to your wrist, and I'm spitting it tough. I mean, you get free drinks at the club. Isn't that shit enough? What you want to go and getting back when I'm rapping it? That shit's like alimony, and you bitches ain't getting a half of it. I'm going back with it. Who want to rap with it?
Lloyd Banks.
Oh, they got a few bars. So now my boy out here want to throw up the cue cards, and I got to go back. You don't want to check this. Oh, he said he's got 700,000 for any battle rapper. I'll pull up and bet, bitch. I don't even think that you want to rep this. I'll disconnect this. Man, I got no chill like Netflix, and these bullets will fill up banks without leaving a Fresh Prince. You don't want to check this. And now I got a couple hunger. You want to pull up against me, Lloyd Banks? I will fuck your mother, and they'll see dog whipping Lloyd like Dumb and Dumber. Hey, and this is what I'm spitting, but you will not get. You ain't got no talent and you ain't even got a job yet, and you had to marry someone talented because your shit couldn't offset. I got a deep flow. Watch who I see those. When I beat bro, it's 3-0, and right now they're looking at me go. I see those when I'm spitting to those. White boy without sniffing a blow. And who said that you can't be a cracker and have rhythm and flow? Because she's on that show. When I battle faster, your girl's on my tip. That's word to Chance the Rapper. That's a 3 judges, and we love this. And she's proved you could get famous and don't need substance. I know that we love this. I don't care how we run this. And you'll want to start with me. Cardi B, I'm positive like Charlie Sheen. I got that archery. You ain't even got the heart for me. Motherfucker pulling that shit out like it's carpentry. I wish he would.
Eminem.
And now Eminem. Alex, 500 for another white rapper I'm better than. I can bring it back right. And I got a spark flow. Y'all want to hard those. Yeah, they're out of supplies, but I'm still pulling up to Marshalls. I got a dark flow. Started faster and keeps coming back, and know that your bar's worse. And I remember that people want to spit raps. I was going to say something about Starburst, but then I rhymed. Charlie Clips said that on the diss track with our verse. I want to spit that. Eminem, I don't want to diss him. I think he's sick, cat. I just want to apologize for my castmates diss track. I don't even think that they can flip that, and I don't want to disrespect them. And now the next topic right now, I gotta connect them when I gotta rap today, because I was just talking about Clips, Hitman Holla. Those are some facts. Today I'm the best on the show. I'll blow the whole cast away. I don't think that I'll say Sharon's the wildest. Watch how I gotta show the Giants he was infected, so I gotta bring it back like Dickie on the coronavirus. I gotta come back and up to that level. I don't know what you can say, and I have to get it. I know that man's infected and you just can't respect it, but watch how I rhyme, fam. And now it's word to Wilson, because you'll be fucked as soon as I land. I got these rhymes, man. I don't think that I can kill you with the 5 grand. Woo! And that shit is lyrical. I got him wilding out. To beat me, it'll take a miracle.
Joe Budden.
I don't know that my... Hey, hey man, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm just better with rebuttals. I already talked about the autism shit, so he owes me for an everyday struggle. I got everybody puzzled, and watch how I rebuttal and flip this, because I even did that when we battled, and I said, you don't have to butt into your business, but what you want to talk about. You got a podcast, you got a lot of clout, but that's what happens when you can't make it as the worst rapper in Slaughterhouse. I don't even need to knock you out, and that's something. I ain't even looking fly. I got him at the side trying to give me that crooked eye. I don't think that they know that you ain't even looking eye. When I got these prime times and coming against me, they didn't know I'm 6'3". I look more like I'm 5'9", but I just play shit coming in, and I got crazy flips. I flown up the note, Joe Budden. This is why I'm about to show something. Charron stunting while these folks fronting. They got no back and they know that. Another topic, and I'm about to go black like Kodak.
Jordan Lucas.
That. Hey man, and this is how I go, and I could just enjoy the blueprints. I just killed women's rights, and you could join her, Lucas. I got a lot of people coming back, and I have to respect this. Now these rappers connect this. I mean, I like him. He does some gimmick tracks sometimes, but I have to collect this. But now I'm showing you what it's like to being from a talented rapper. Maybe you could do a song about my perspective. I connect this when I'm rhyming the traits, and you gotta go back, and I go when I battle smart. People can see me, he don't have the heart. When I come with hands to your face, it ain't your album art. I come back and they just want to get this, and they coming back when I run it back, and I don't even like that shit. But sometimes, Joyner, I've seen a couple tracks, but I have to take this. That is a white boy black, and so I'm not racist. I don't think that you could change this. That was his one song that I actually liked, and back then it was the greatest. And he made a song about this guy named Ross in Detroit where they were stomping out. So there's a lot of shit that you could talk about when I rock them out.
Pat Stay.
Oh, I gotta come back with a zipper rhyme.
Do me like that.
I mean, I gotta spit a rhyme. I had to do you like that, like you just did Nick Cannon on the zipper ride. I didn't think that you want a zipper mime, and this is how it's coming back. But you want to drop freeze. I don't think that you got me. Pocket check. Since in our battle you robbed me. I don't think that you got me. These motherfuckers want to think that shit that is cocky. Yeah. And I got tough rappers. Is that the last one? I'm about to run backwards because I love this shit. Is Charron. I'm the greatest. I'm known to Sun rappers. Shout out to my boy Pat Stay. Let's get drunk after. Oh, we still going? I'm just still going with these Reese's Puffs. I mean, against Pat Stay, can't beat you up, but your girls seen my stuff and think I was hit with the penis pump on some Austin Powers Swedish stuff. I'm lyrically iller. Going against me, you not fearing the filler. And why would you put some motherfucking Reese's Puffs against a serial killer?
That's a wrap, bro. God damn.
Stay tuned, Hey, thank you so much. Hey, I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. Hey, they're like fire. This guy, I've seen this guy go for an hour. He can go forever and ever and ever, but that's just proof, man. I hope y'all love that, man. Stay tuned.
Anyone want to take any of these home?